Millions of Nigerians have emigrated from Nigeria to other parts of the world, with the figure of Nigerians living abroad hitting about 15 million. According to the World Bank Migration and Remittances Fact Book, Nigerians living abroad sent home $20.8 billion in 2015. Now, what contribution do they make to the economy, and what is the government's plan for them? My guest is the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs and Diaspora. Hello there, thank you for joining me once again on the program. I'm Gloria Umezuke. The Nigerian diaspora covers practically every part of the world, with the largest numbers of Nigerians found in the United Kingdom and the United States. Now, most of these Nigerians maintain, ties with their families, friends and relatives back home. But there is a challenge. There's no database of these Nigerians. And again, there has been limited research and formal studies done on the Nigerian diaspora. Well, I have more of that coming up on our interview now. Well, coming up next, the National Identity Management Commission is taking steps to commence registration of Nigerians living abroad. What would be the procedure and when? Take a listen. On a daily basis, Nigerians leave the shores of the country, and the number of Nigerians living abroad keeps growing. The International Organization for Migration suggests that about 15 million Nigerians live outside the shores of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari has made it a tradition to meet Nigerians in diaspora anytime he travels abroad. This highlights the strength of Nigerians abroad. According to the World Bank's Annual Migration and Remittances Fact Book 2016, Nigerians living abroad sent home $20.8 billion in 2015, the sixth largest in the world. Although there are no verifiable statistics on Nigerians living abroad, some countries have data of Nigerians in diaspora. For instance, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says an estimated 3.4 million Nigerians live in the US. The UK census in 2011 puts the figure of Nigerians in Britain at 191,000. For Nigeria to tap into the human resource potential of these Nigerians, the National Identity Management Commission is concluding plans to ascertain the actual figure by embarking on registration of Nigerians in diaspora.
We talk about America, we say 4 million, we talk about Europe, but the fact is we do not know. We're only dealing with estimates. One of the primary objectives of this office is to ensure that under this administration we work with an accurate database. And we're thinking, we have the Nigerian Identity Management Commission. Why should we look any further? If we have a database from you, number one, there will be data security, data storage. It's going to cost to get it done, but it can be done. And basically, we'll have a permanent identity card the Nigerians in diaspora can hold. Without an accurate database, we really cannot talk about progress.
When we commenced, we had front-end partners on a PPP program, but it did not work. Therefore, we need to now commence a process of engaging the private sector, who will then carry out the registrations of Nigerians in diaspora. And we hope that by September this year, that we will have selected the companies that will carry out this registration. But the technology is already there. We have the back end. All you need is access to the back end, and we should be able to carry out the registration.
The House of Representatives recently approved the federal government's request for an increase of the diaspora bond from 100 to 300 million euros. an indication that government is prepared to take advantage of the human resource potentials of Nigerians living abroad.
As a result of President Buhari.
I had a discussion with Honorable Abike Dabiri-Erewa in this interview, talking much about what Nigerians are doing abroad and how they hope to impact on the nation. Honorable Abike Dabiri, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, so much has been said about Nigerians, potentials of Nigerians in diaspora, and we actually see them, you know, but are you engaging so much with them so that we can benefit from them as well?
Absolutely. Yes, we keep talking about potentials, but we are saying that we have to be practical. Now, President Buhari has provided a platform to engage better. As we say, we're going to engage diasporans like never before. So Mr. President himself is the biggest engager of Nigerians in diaspora, if I may say so. And even in his visits abroad, he has had one-on-one meetings with a lot of them, and the engagement continues. And we have Nigerians in the diaspora who are so willing to be part of the policies and programs and development of their country for nothing. So what we need to do is reach out to them, which we are doing. And like I said, Mr. President himself is actually doing it himself. And then, you know, we go ahead and do some follow-up. And one is we have to get a database of Nigerians in the diaspora. And I'm not talking of whether you're at 12 million or 15 million, but we want to break them down. There are people we need to reach immediately and, you know, reach out to them and have a partnership because they are there willing to partner with their country. Take, for instance, Bennett Omalu, the doctor whose invention was the subject of a film that Will Smith acted. We should know that and celebrate him and actually engage with him. Take, for instance, the young guy whose app was bought by Google for $1 billion. We can say like 10 Nigerians in every country in the world that we know have achieved so much, and we want to get them together and have like a practical engagement, things that were productive for Nigeria. And you know, the beauty of it is that they are so willing, but nobody was speaking to them. So we're identifying them and we're working with them. And we're also coming up with programs that will be beneficial. It's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship. Take, for instance, the doctors. There's no reason why we can't have what we call a job flexible program for Nigerian doctors in the diaspora who can come home, work for a while, and return to their places of employment. So you just have to structure it. For instance, they can come together and build what you call a medical center of excellence. A lot of them are coming to the country, engaging in medical missions, giving some equipment, seeing patients, but we can make it structured. You know, right now it's ad hoc. So we're working with the various medical diaspora groups in the diaspora. So we're doing a lot of things, but most importantly, we must have a diaspora policy.
First of all, when you see right now the economic downturn, the infrastructure challenge, and the list can go on and on, do you still think the willingness, you know, will be there from their side?
Can I tell you very objectively, more than ever before? You see, a lot of them are seeing opportunities, not challenges. In fact, this is the time for a lot of them. In fact, they're reaching out more to us than ever before to say, you know what, you're talking about diversification. We want to be part of it. A lot of them want to come home and invest in agriculture, science and technology, mining. You can keep naming it. This is a time when we're saying no more dependence on oil. This is a time the president is saying, many years on, we're still a monolithic economy. We can't go on like that anymore. We have no choice. We have to move away from oil. So you have a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora, and I'm not talking of foreigners, when we say FDI, I'm talking of our own people who are reaching out to us and saying, look, we want to invest in our country. We just don't know how to go about it. So what we're doing at this point in time is linking them with the relevant MDAs. Of course, there has to be due process. But if you want to invest, we shouldn't make life more difficult for you. We should make it easier for you, and you're a Nigerian who wants to do that. In fact, there should be our first line of contact when we're looking for FDI. So more than ever before, you have more of them wanting to be part of the program and policy and whatever is going on in their country. And there's no better time than now. So they are seeing the opportunities, not challenges. They are seeing opportunities to make Nigeria a better place. They are seeing opportunities to come and be part of their country. In fact, they are seeing opportunities for investments, and they are not holding back whatsoever. But we have to ensure that we get them on board and put them through, which we are actually doing at this point in time.